Hello and welcome our viewers to a new episode of your show Around Kuwait, where we shed the light on the most recent events and focusing on the trending occasions. Of course, I'm your host Abdulatif Lanizi, and today I'm joined by my co-host and colleague Sarah. Good evening, Sarah.
Good evening, Abdulatif, and good evening, dear viewers, with a new episode of Around Kuwait, where we'll be sharing different news and let's talk about more awareness. First of all, Abdulatif, I think the first topic today is more about talking about awareness. Right?
Yes, exactly. Where we have the first headline for today. It's October Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and of course, a lot of people was really excited about that, about increasing the awareness about the breast cancer. And of course, we have the second topic for today,
where we'll be talking about the World Mental Health Day, which is a very important topic. We'll be talking more about mental health.
So both of these topics are capturing the essence of the awareness,
Yes.
because we need to raise the awareness about the mental health, about the breast cancer. And of course, for the third topic for today, we have the permanent energy, the sustainable power, of course, the replacement of the oil. The third topic, it's a little bit important to talk about, to also raise the awareness about that, where it's really important to have more sustainable power and energy. We would love to talk about the first topic, but we have a report, so of course we will continue our show after this report.
Breast cancer awareness is a powerful movement dedicated to increasing understanding and reducing the stigma surrounding the symptoms and treatment of breast cancer. By providing education to the public about breast cancer's characteristics, advocates aim to empower individuals with knowledge that can lead to earlier detection and improve treatment outcomes for affected women.
This is Dr. Dana Kuthela. I'm visiting from New York City, where I'm a plastic and reconstructive surgeon. I'm super excited about being here in Kuwait. I do visit Kuwait a lot, but this is a special time because it's October and it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And on October 18th, it's actually Breast Cancer Reconstruction Day. And I'd love to discuss this with some of the patients here and also some of the visitors, and I'd like to answer some of their questions. So I really look forward to being here.
This health advocacy movement strives to raise funds and advocate for better care, deeper knowledge, and the empowerment of women facing breast cancer. Its campaigns focus on increasing awareness of breast cancer detection and treatment, emphasizing the critical importance of early detection. The pink ribbon serves as the symbol of breast cancer awareness, acting as a unifying brand concept. It embodies the fear associated with cancer and the hope for successful treatment. Individuals are encouraged to wear or display a pink ribbon to show their support and raise awareness about breast cancer and its challenges. In conclusion, breast cancer awareness is a vital movement that aims to empower women through knowledge and early detection. By increasing our understanding and reducing the stigma surrounding breast cancer, this advocacy strives to improve treatment outcomes and save lives. While early detection is crucial, it's essential to remain vigilant about over-detection and over-treatment, striking a balance that ensures the best care for those facing breast cancer. The pink ribbon serves as a symbol of support and unity, reminding us of the importance of solidarity in the fight against breast cancer.
Welcome back, dear viewers, to Around Kuwait. The first topic we'll be talking about the most important, especially when we're talking about awareness. I guess everyone knows that October is known as the Breast Cancer Awareness, which is very important to tell people and let people to take care and, let's say, to check up early.
To check up early so they can know more
Yes.
about if they have the unfortunate disease before the cancer becomes more and more in lately stages, that when it becomes more harder to cure the cancer. Unfortunately, a lot of people didn't have the awareness before a long time ago, and also at these days, not a lot of people comes at the social media, but fortunately at our governmental entities, thank God, they have where you can go at every governmental entity, at where you go every public places, you will see that the that the rabbit pink color,
Yes.
we will see it in every place where it comes to the awareness, so
True.
they can have providing more the awareness to the people, to our women, so they can check up early, because it's really important. And unfortunately, a lot of people doesn't have that awareness. So if you are seeing, you have to check up early. You have to know, at least just to check up.
Yes, true.
You don't need to. It's not doesn't have that much of procedures. It's just an early checkup. If you have it, if you don't have it, take your family members, the female family members, so they can know. And of course, it's really important. Have you ever checked out about that?
To be honest, Abdulatif, and this part to me, especially this topic, it means to me a lot, and it's more sensitive since I'm a woman. I'll be talking and
Yes.
representing for a woman. Let's say, I guess most of the women, they might get afraid of the result of checking up or knowing if they have these kind of disease while it might be too late after checking up. I think it's much better to check it more earlier, even if you had this kind of disease. It's never too late. More awareness is needed in the community.
Exactly.
Whether you were at a young age or an older age.
Every year, every October,
Yes.
let's make it as a point. Every year, at every October, you've seen the building turning into pink.
Yes.
It's a lovely color. Everyone likes it. But
Yeah.
as always, you will see the street signs. You will see at the social media ads. You will see at your work. If you are
Yeah.
working at any types of entities, you will see that there are some exhibition they do,
Yeah.
some anything that they are doing right now. It was about the breast cancer. So it is lovely to see that. It was lovely to see that work, and all of it, just for you to check up early,
Yes.
because this is the awareness month about that. But one of the most wonderful things that I've seen today is that my colleague Sarah had came wearing
Yes.
the pink color. I think it's lovely
Yeah, thank
that you are trying to show the support.
Yeah.
And also, since the start of October, I've been walking in one of the malls, and mostly every woman, they were wearing the pink collar, or they're wearing the pink straps
Ribbon,
all over
yeah.
the neck. Yeah, it was really wonderful to see this type of awareness.
True, and to be honest, Abdulatif, I think if any woman, let's say, especially this kind of disease is spread it out, the most disease when we're talking about breast cancer towards women. And I think this kind of disease, when a woman is suffering from it, or let's say she's having this kind of disease, the best thing to do is to support these women, always be there for them. The moment you're giving that support and to cheering
It's really
up
important.
these kind of people, she wouldn't feel like she has this kind of disease, or she's feeling like she's down or somehow. So even if you had this kind of disease, I think the one thing that we should aware people and have more awareness of it, support them, always be there for them. It's never too late. It's just a disease, and it will eventually, you'll be more better and healthier sooner or later.
Exactly. And with the education, of course, with the Ministry of Education, they are doing some great work to educate our women, to educate the future generation of our women, to have more and more awareness about the breast cancer. But you mentioned the support, which is a lovely thing, because when you've been diagnosed with the breast cancer at early or later stages, inshallah, that no one would be
Yes.
diagnosed with that. Of course, they would have this wonderful support,
Yeah.
and we do, because it's a support, but not only from women, and by women, the support they can have it from all the family members.
True.
Because it's really important if you see someone that been diagnosed with a disease, any type of disease,
True.
it's really important to have the support, someone to take care of. Alhamdulillah, in our community,
Yeah.
we have this wonderful awareness that if you go sick, I remember at one of the time during COVID, I was suspected to had COVID. I didn't
Yeah.
have it, alhamdulillah. But I was suspected that I've been positive with COVID. So if you see the much of care that I had from my family members, I mean, everything I needed, it would be there before I'm asking about it. So with that, it goes on. With every family
True.
member that's been diagnosed with any types of disease, we have this wonderful care. You've definitely had.
And especially,
seen
to be
that.
honest, if you're going through these stages, to be honest, I have been through supporting through this kind of disease, and I have seen the stages they have been through and how much they're suffering. But the moment you give them that support and taking care of them, even if, let's say, if you were sick one day and no one was around you or taking care of you, you would feel the sickness getting worse and worse.
Because
So,
the mental health
true.
is really important.
Yes.
Yeah, and of course we have a part that where we talk about the mental health. Right now we're talking about the breast cancer, and of course, you remember before when there were less awareness, less exhibitions, more talking, less talking about the breast cancer awareness, especially in October month. The cases that have been diagnosed with breast cancer, most of it, they were been diagnosed with the latest stages
Sure.
after you see the symptoms on you.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate because there were no awareness, no one was checking about that, because to check and to find out if you have cancer at the lately stages, it's really worse. But if you check up early, it's really better. After October month, when we trying to have the awareness, the increases of the number of the cases that been diagnosed with the early stages of breast cancer have been significantly increased. This is really remarkable to have this significant number increases. This is actually a good sign that this campaign is successful.
Sure.
Because after October, a huge amount of numbers that have been diagnosed with the breast cancer, that in all of them, alhamdulillah, and most of
Yeah.
them, they were actually cured. That means that these campaigns are really successful. I'm so glad about that. And of course,
Sure.
you've heard of these numbers.
And especially, Abdul Latif, I want to add to what you have mentioned. Let's say not just October. October is, let's say, the month of doing the campaigns, having the more awareness.
Yes.
But let's talk more about throughout the whole year or throughout any time. Whenever you're having this kind of feeling that you feel that there's something wrong or the sign of symptoms or so on, just go check up.
Just go check up.
Yes.
Yeah, of course, there are symptoms you can check up on Google, at any search engines you can have, and you can take more information about what are the symptoms of the breast cancer.
Yes.
But wait, I have to take it back. Don't check up on the social media or anywhere else. Go to your doctor and check up about that, because I remember at one of the times I was checking up if I have the COVID. All the symptoms was on me, and at the end, when I went to my doctor, he said, "Abdul Latif, you're okay. You don't have it." So it was really wonderful to have to think that you are diagnosed with something and then you don't have it. You would say, "Alhamdulillah," you will end up with a prayer.
Yes.
So that's really good. So of course, what you said, that's really good. You have to check up with your doctor to know, to have more information, to know if you or any members of the family. But if you want to go, don't be selfish. Take the family members with you. Take your friends. Try to go there. Try to get diagnosed. Maybe you have it. Inshallah, you won't. But
Yeah.
maybe you have it. Early stages is better.
And especially, Abdul Latif, when you're talking about family and friends, one thing that I want to mention and say it, never be afraid if you're alone. Have your family around you and have your friends, because if you were alone, you would feel having the disease getting worse and worse.
I had to stay alone.
Yes. So I think with that, family and friends or whoever you love is around you is a really one of the supporting things that would make you feel better and get healthier.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I actually hate to stay alone. If I'm not diagnosed with any types of diseases, if I stay alone for like 1 month, not talking to anyone, only on social media,
Yeah.
the amount of videos that I'm going to see, I would definitely be diagnosed with something. Either it's going to be a mental health. You know why? Because it's lovely to see your family members. It's lovely to connect with other people. And with that, just to connect with other people, it's actually more and more awareness about the problems they may have. It's actually an awareness about any types of disease, because when you connect with other people and when you stay with them, you will have and you will see that there are types of disease that coming lately. I didn't know about them. Actually,
Yeah.
even about COVID. I didn't know about COVID in social media. I was connecting, I was sitting with my family members. I was a little bit sick and they told me, you know that there's a new disease called COVID-19. I say, okay, what is it?
Yeah.
So when I searched about the symptoms, we found the same thing. that it is a new disease. So connecting with the family members, not only during the
True.
when you have the disease, even before that, after that, it's lovely to find the people around you.
Yes, true. And especially to add what you have mentioned as well, sometimes you might have any kind of disease or sickness and you don't have any, let's say, these symptoms or these kind of effects you're feeling it. So I think yearly, a daughter, a mother, a sister, it's something really nice. At least once a year, just go check up.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you might have it and you don't feel these kind of symptoms, let's
Yeah.
say. Yes.
You don't feel or you don't notice the symptoms only when it becomes too late. So before it comes too late, I know, and everyone knows that, mashallah, and here in our country, we have a lots of free time. A lot of people doing on their hobbies. A lot of people take that free times, even on the weekends. No
Yeah.
one work more than 8 hours a day. If you work more than 8 hours a day, that's mean because you wanted to do that. Try to free up some time. So try not only from breast cancer, try to check up everything on your body.
True.
To see maybe you have any types of cancer that it's on early stages.
Yes.
I mean, we need to make sure about that, because unfortunately we had a lot of a situation like 7 years ago, maybe on 2015, 8 years ago. So we had that situation. After that, every year I take all of my family members, my sisters, my nephews, my brothers, my mom, my dad, and we try to take
Yeah.
a checkup every year. We do that. So after that, I started noticing the October breast cancer. So it is really wonderful to see that. It is wonderful to see this kind of awareness in our country,
Yes,
especially
true.
with the pink color.
Yeah, exactly. And especially when we're having these kind of campaigns, it's more, they're trying to make it more entertaining, more,
Yeah.
let the people get into different campaigns, interact with people, interact themselves. I think it's a good idea to let people, even if we're talking about a disease, but at the same time, we're talking about awareness and advising people to take care more and be safer and healthier.
Yeah, yeah. And if you see the concept around about the breast cancer awareness month, October, you will see that the pink ribbon is actually the symbol
Yes.
for that month, and you will see a lot of people were doing it. I was walking. I know about October, about that. It was like 3 weeks ago, couple of weeks before October. So, or like a week. So I saw some ads on the mall where there was a guy wearing a pink ribbon. So, and they were talking about the breast cancer awareness. So when I heard about that, I said, okay, it's about to be October. I realized that. I remember that if you recall the last year, there were too many exhibitions
Yeah.
about that. There was too many carnivals and some games that were going about that, trying to make it entertaining.
Yes.
Thanks to you, Sarah. When you said it, I remember it immediately. I said, yes, I remember there was too many activities about that.
Yeah.
It's really wonderful and lovely to see this much of awareness, trying to have it in a wonderful way, in a more entertaining way, also for the next generation, for the
Yes.
younger girls who are trying. Let's educate them.
True.
Let them know
Yes.
about the possibilities that they may have, the unfortunate possibilities, so they can prevent the really unfortunate incidents that may happen on their future.
True, Abdulatif. What I can say as a female or a woman to all ladies or women out there, always take care of yourself and always do the checkup, whether it's not October, the whole year.
The whole
It's
year.
never too late. Whether you had it or you hadn't, you will be better sooner or later. We should interact more with awareness. People who are suffering from these kind of disease would interact and would be happy and feeling that they are from the community. They're not feeling like I'm sick or I have this kind of disease. I'm different than another person.
It's an important point that
Exactly.
you're discussing about, really. We need to let them know that no matter what, you are the part of the community. What's happened to you, it's actually happening to the whole community. So we need to let them know. Check up. If if it was late and you check up and if there was like the unfortunate happening, which is you'd been diagnosed with the late stages, you're still a part of your community, and the whole community, not only your family members,
Sure.
are with you. And of course, this is for the first topic for today. We have our second topic where we're going to talk about the Mental Health Day. It's really wonderful topic, also more about the awareness that we need to call it to everyone and to let them know. But we have a shorter break and we will return, so stay tuned, our dear viewers.
World Mental Health Day has a significant goal: to raise awareness about mental health issues worldwide and encourage collaboration to provide better mental health and support. This special day offers an opportunity for individuals and groups involved in mental health care to share their efforts and discuss what still needs to be done to ensure that everyone, regardless of where they live, can access the help they need for their mental well-being. On World Mental Health Day, people from various backgrounds, such as doctors, teachers, and ordinary individuals can participate. They can share their experiences and knowledge to improve mental health care on a global scale. This inclusive approach emphasizes that mental health is just as important as physical health, a message that sometimes gets overlooked. This day serves as a reminder that taking care of our minds is vital for our overall well-being. The primary aim is to ensure that more people learn about mental health and engage in open conversations about it. By doing so, we can work towards making mental health care accessible to everyone, regardless of their circumstances.
We are celebrating World Mental Health Day. We did this event to highlight how art, music, meditation, they're the cornerstones of our mental health. Art and music, they give you joy, they let you express yourself, they let you release anxiety. And meditation, it helps calm you, it helps center you, and it helps you be in the moment so you can really enjoy art and music better, and you get more benefit out of it.
Encourages a collective effort to create a healthier and happier world for everyone's mental well-being. In conclusion, World Mental Health Day is a crucial day on the calendar. It reminds us that mental health is a global concern, and we must work together to provide support and raise awareness. By sharing knowledge and experiences, we can contribute to improving mental health care worldwide. Let us not forget that taking care of our minds is as essential as looking after our bodies, and together we can strive for a brighter and more mentally healthy future.
And we'll come back, dear viewers. Talking more about awareness, we'll be talking more about the World Mental Health Day, which I think it's a goal and really an important awareness to talk about, especially when we're talking about mental health, Abdulatif. I think it's related to, let's say, emotional, physical, and we need this kind of awareness when we're talking about mental health. What do you think?
Yeah, it is. It's actually one of the most important awareness campaigns that's happening in the world. I don't know why we have the World Mental Health Day. I mean, why would it be like a World Mental Health Month? We
Yes.
need it to be month. You know why? Because unfortunately, a lot of people, when you want to tell them like you have a mental problem, you need to check up about that, you need to maybe fix it. Unfortunately, they come with the answer that's I'm not crazy. I don't have a mental issues. Everyone
Yes.
has mental issues that's coming to be with related to many things that happened to you during your childhood, during your teenager phases that's happening. A lot of people, when they are started to be teenagers, they have many problems. The most important thing is about World Mental Health Day is that to prevent any types of problems that may happen on the future, because if I have a mental health, I can be dangerous not only by myself, to myself, I would be dangerous to the people around me, my family members. We've seen too many incidents, unfortunate incidents that we've seen actually. I'm not going to talk about it specifically because we're trying here to give the news in a good way.
Yeah.
So let's check up about that. If it's important for you to have a good mental health.
True.
If you feel that you're struggling with depression, struggling with something bad with your mental, try to fix it. Try to go to the specific doctor about that and to see something
True.
really better after that.
And especially, Abdul Latif, when we're talking about mental health, I think mental health is not just like mentally, as we have mentioned, it's physically and emotionally. You might have, or you're suffering throughout the mental health throughout, let's say, your childhood, or throughout being a teenager, or throughout when you're elder age. Some people might take it as a disease that they don't want to show people around that they're having mental health. Let's say, in other words, maybe one day they would call this kind of person a psycho or so on because he's having some mental health issues. But having a mental health issues is a normal disease.
It's a normal
you can
thing.
just check up on yourself. You would feel better. Like, even if people have some
You
problems.
feel happy, actually.
Exactly.
Because at these days, when we feel normal, we call it, oh, I'm happy. You're not happy. You're actually normal.
Yeah.
You're happy when you won when you win the car, when you win like 100 million KD.
Yeah.
This is happy. I'm happy when, alhamdulillah, someone maybe been diagnosed with something, with disease at the family of the members of the family, or you, and then you cure of it. You will feel happy.
Yeah.
But when I'm feeling depressed, when I'm feeling so under stress because of work, because of a problem that's been happening with my family, and that problem goes away, I'm still depressed.
Yeah.
And after a while, Sarah, you will think that, okay, this is normal. No, this is not normal. If you feel that you're always trying to sleep, you're always tired, your mind cannot think clearly, there are some foggy clouds around you, this means that you are under depressed. This means that your mental health is not okay. That doesn't mean you're crazy. That doesn't mean you are having something you have to be ashamed of. You don't need to be ashamed of. Go check up about that. Go to the therapist. Try to open. Try to have everything unclear. You will, after that, you will feel normal, not happy.
Yes, true.
Exactly.
Especially, Abdul Latif, when you have mentioned therapist. Some people might not have mental health, but they have a therapist. It's something normal to set up with a therapist. I might not be comfortable talking to a family member or a friend or so on to tell my problems or what I'm feeling, but I might feel better talking to a therapist. It's not something, we have this kind of thinking way that meeting up with a therapist, oh, she has an issue, she has a problem, she's a psycho or so on. It's something normal.
Exactly.
I don't find that you have any problems. And plus, sometimes, as you have mentioned about happiness and depression, some people might feel they are happy or acting they are happy, but deep inside, they are dying from emotions, mixed up emotions. They don't know what they're feeling.
Is it okay? Is it okay if I feel that? Sarah?
No, it's not something normal. If you had this kind of feeling more than once,
What should I do?
you should do something. See a
Go to a
therapist.
therapist,
Yes, true.
Go to a therapist. Try to see it. That means you're not happy. If you're trying to pretend that you're happy, if sometimes you're laughing a lot, you think, okay, I'm happy. No, you're not. Mental health is one of the most important thing to have. Some people have some, let's say, some injuries, some disabilities with their bodies, and after that, what happens to them? After that, they try to be happy, or they are happy. They are happier than us, even though they are having some disabilities.
Yes.
On their body, physical body. So, but yet they are happy because it's really important for you to have the mental health. It's more important than the physical health, because the physical health comes after the mental health. Because if I am physically healthy, I'm mentally ill, I would physically hurt and injure and maybe disable a lot of people have them with disabilities. Because of that, where we see too many problems, too many committing suicides on the news, a lots of it, unfortunately. All of that because of what? They committed suicide. All of it because of the mental health issues.
Yeah.
So it's really important, since we have the Mental Health Day, if there's anyone who is watching, or you know someone who's watching, always depressed, always trying to feel stressed, try as possible as you can to keep up with the therapist. You mentioned one really remarkable point, that a lot of people they don't have any health problem,
Yes.
but yet mental health problem, but yet they have a therapist.
Yeah.
You want to know why? Because it's like a package load. Everyone has the package load, and everyone has its limits.
True.
So when you have your limits, you go to the therapist, you try to clean it every time. It doesn't have to go like near to the full, near
Yes.
to the core to about that. Just try to go to the therapist. They are going to the therapist and they clear everything.
To
These
clear your
people-
mind, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
these people are the most normal people, not the most happiest people, because happy is something else. Happy, it's not normal. Happy is above normal. So we try to be normal. We try to be clear our mind, our emotions from sadness. Alhamdulillah, everything is okay. Life is good. Life is really wonderful.
True.
As we see it on that thing, on that way, definitely.
And especially to add to what you have mentioned, when we're talking about life and happiness, I think life it's the same. The people who are changing the atmosphere of their life, whether it was a good life or a bad life, it depends who are you surrounded with. It depends what's your community and what's your environment. Being happy, I think the first thing to be and have this healthy, talking about mental health, is inner before outer. If your inner is peaceful, then your outer would be looking good, let's say.
Looking good,
You would
yeah.
feel good.
Yeah, and everyone who looks at you, he say, "Oh, Sarah, you look more peaceful today." You would see that.
Actually, to be honest, I guess no one in this world would have these kind of peaceful mind.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own issues, whether problems at work, at home. I'm sure no one has a healthy lifestyle, let's say.
Or stressing with,
Yeah.
because of that, because at these days we have too many stresses. And unfortunately, this is actually one of the downsides from the social media, that we are seeing videos of people pretending to be happy. So when you pretend to be happy, you actually let a lot of people envy you. And
Yes.
because of that, let's say, Sarah, I'm Abdul Latif, and I have a couple of issues with my, let's say, family. Some of them been diagnosed with a disease, or some of them has some issues. So all of us, we are unhappy about that. We are sad. So when I go onto social media and I saw a lot of people, everyone in front of the cameras, they're happy. They are trying to put on the spotlight that everything is perfect. Not everyone have a perfect life as it
True.
is shown. Always there are problems. Always there are issues. But when it comes to the right mind, when it comes to the right move about that, is to have a therapist, is to have someone to talk to about, to consult, to tell them that I feel on this way for a long time. And of course, when it comes to the right person, he's going to tell you, or she's going to tell you the right thing to know.
Yes, Abdul Latif. And I think the last thing we would like to mention about the mental health, that never feel shame, or be proud of yourself. It's never too late. If you have any mental issues, or you're mentally having emotional or physically, just go and check a therapist. With that, Abdul Latif, we're going to have a break and we'll be back.
The Kuwait Petroleum Corporation is gearing up for a significant conference titled Strategy 2040 and Energy Transformation 2050, with the theme of Sustainable Energy for a Promising Future. This event is scheduled to take place at the prestigious Sheikh Jabir Al Ahmed Cultural Center, specifically in the Jabir Al Ali Hall. Crucially, this conference enjoys the backing and patronage of His Excellency Sheikh Ahmed Nawaf, the Prime Minister of Kuwait. This underscores the conference's importance and the immense interest it has garnered from the Kuwaiti government. This conference is a remarkable opportunity for both companies and individuals interested in the energy sector to stay updated on the latest technologies and innovations. It also serves as a crucial platform for engaging in significant discussions about the future of energy in Kuwait and worldwide. It's a moment to unite efforts and collaborate towards achieving a more sustainable and prosperous future. In conclusion, The Kuwait Petroleum Corporation's upcoming conference holds immense promise in shaping a sustainable energy future. With high-level support, a focus on sustainability, and a commitment to innovation, this event signifies Kuwait's dedication to navigating the evolving energy landscape. It's a beacon for all those passionate about energy and sustainability, providing a platform to collectively work towards a brighter, greener future.
Welcome back, our dear viewers. As for the third topic for today, we're going to talk more about the energy, sustainable energy that we need in the long term of our country, because it is good for our economic, it is good for our country here in Kuwait, for the next generation, definitely. But where we have the headlights of this topic, it's the Kuwait Petroleum Company is actually have this wonderful plan about sustainable power and sustainable energy for the year 2040, and more sustainable and significant conferences that have been happening that they were trying to plan about it in Jabir Al-Ahmed Cultural Center. And of course, they have more and more significant plans for the year 2050. So these plans are already under improved. So it is a lovely topic to talk about, because as everyone knows, oil, petrol is not, you're not going to have it until the end of time, until maybe 100 years as the latest research. So we need more sustainable energy, we need more green energy, so we can have a better future for our next generation, also for us. We are that young.
Yes, and especially when we're talking about this kind of topic, I think you have mentioned it already about the next generation. It's really important to let the generation know more about, especially when we're talking, we're in 2023, but you never know, in just a blind of eye, you would be in 10 years later on, you never know what might happen.
It's almost like yesterday when it was like 2013. Now 2023, I mean, we passed many tragedies, and alhamdulillah, may never come back. And of course, it's important to note that the conference enjoys the support of patronage of His Excellency Sheikh Ahmed Al-Nawaf, the Prime Minister in Kuwait. This reflects the conferences and the significance on the high level of this interest that were generated from the Kuwaiti government, because we have these plans, and these plans were not the first country that planning for the year 2040, the year 2050. There are some countries that are planning for earlier years, but all of that comes with the right guidance. All of that comes with the right move, because we need it for us, we need it for our country. As we have right now, we have more sustainable energies that becomes with the hydrogen power and energy that comes with which actually taking advantage of the sun, of the oceans, the movement of the oceans, and the waterfalls. And also when it comes to the clean and the sustainable power, alhamdulillah, we have many ideas about that, but we will try to make it more permanent, more depending on it. Because right now we are more above than 80%. Even our economy is depending on oil. So right now we are planning to have more sustainable power, clean and green, which is alhamdulillah, we have it here in Kuwait.
Yeah, and especially when we're talking about Latif, about the conference, that it will also include a presentation on the projects and strategic objects of the Kuwait's oil sector coming years, let's say, in the future. So I think this also provides a big opportunity to understand how sustainable when we're talking about this project, especially
powers and energies. When you mentioned the conference, is actually, it's a good point, because they talked also about the opportunities to have for the next generations. I mean, it's economically, it's remarkable. We're talking about the next Kuwaiti projects, the mini projects, the small, because when we talk about that, we're actually talking about environmentally, but mainly for more sustainable power and energy that less heavier in our country to depend on. It's better for our next generation. You talked about something and I mentioned thing, and then I remember one of the things that one of my cousins, he has this company. Of course, I'm not going to mention the name, but he has this company that takes the oil from the cooking oil. Okay, they have this oil, they change the percentage of the humidity at it, and of course they take it, they change the reflection of that oil, and after that it will be a biodiesel.
Wow.
A biodiesel. This energy, this actually comes from the cooking oil.
Wow.
You know, that
Yeah.
you eat from. After that, you don't need it.
Yes.
When you pour it into the sink, what happens? It's actually close the sinks. It's bad to the environment. This is actually one of the reasons that we see our sea unfortunately becomes into the brown color because of this oil that been pouring into the sea, unfortunately. But right now we have more than one company that been working on that, because we're talking about the sustainable power.
Yes.
And this is one of the sustainable powers, because they're taking that, they turn it into biodiesel, and there are planes and there are ships, there are huge planes that are working through this biodiesel, this
And
bioenergy.
I don't know if you know this kind of idea, or what you have mentioned is already in one of the countries that
Yeah.
they use basically for the buses.
Yes, yes, they
Yes.
do that. They
Yes.
do that. And some of the companies right now, they're trying to do it on the cars.
Yes.
I'm going to buy a car like this because the oil, it's not going to be the oil from the cooking oil, the recycled one, it's not going to be that expensive. So it's going to be lesser. And it has, as I mentioned, and you mentioned from before in the conferences, that it has the opportunity economically, because there's actually providing it and it's already doing.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
also where we have the solar systems that provide the electricity, there's actually also sustainable power, sustainable energy. And right now we are seeing cars with hydrogen and nitrogen power, the hydrogen power. It's really wonderful when you see the car. There are, you know, the exhaust from the car, right?
Yeah.
There are not carbon coming out of the car.
Yeah.
There are some air.
Okay.
It's hydrogen. It's like clean air. And the car is working on that hydrogen. It's really wonderful to see such a work that's been happening and developing into the world. It's really wonderful.
And especially the primary goal of this conference, to talk more about this, Abdulatif, is to explore ways to meet the future energy, as we have mentioned, meaning that the energy sources should last for long.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. But of course, these goals for the permanent and for the sustainable power. When I saw the topic, when Hamid Al-Matab, our editor, sent it to me, and he said, Abdulatif, this is the topic, this actually we need to talk about, and it's important. I said, it is really important, because unfortunately, we have to raise the awareness also about that. And if you can focus, we've been raising the awareness, and we're trying to have it in a fun way, because in a good way, because the future is brighter than many other people think.
Yes.
They
And I think
yeah.
the future is, it will never be the same.
Yeah.
We're developing into different, whether it was technology or so on. I think it would be with the new generation, let's say, it's totally different than the time of period we have passed through or lived in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, if you check up since 2021, there are many conferences that have been happening here in Kuwait, especially when I talk about that, also in Saudi Arabia and Riyadh. These conferences were more focusing about to bring out and to motivate the engineers, the individuals, the companies who has their own ideas about the sustainable power, the clean power. And we've seen many of the great work. So these conferences are actually bringing more marketing, more technologies to the world. So it's actually an opportunity. If you have a company, if you have a bright mind, if you're trying to check up always with the latest technologies about that. So it's that wonderful opportunity for everyone to have it.
Abdul Latif, I think we have mentioned a lot and we have talked about awareness, but last not least, we need to end our episode for today. We have mentioned and talked about the most important thing about the breast cancer, especially when we're talking about October. Yes.
As our first topic, we talked about the breast cancer because as the last thing we would mention about this topic is please go and check up early, better than check up late or to see the symptoms. So please keep the awareness about that. Alhamdulillah, we have such a month that's causing and taking this awareness. Also, for the second topic for today, we talked about the World Mental Health Day. It's really important that we have this types of day that's rising the awareness about the mental health. You don't need to be ashamed if you have some depression or any types of mental health issues. Go to a therapist. If you don't have, try to find one. Try to check up early about that. And for the third topic, where we talked about the sustainable power.
Yes, especially when we're talking about sustainable energy for the Promising Future Conference. And I think we have mentioned and talked about awareness.
Yes.
So this is for it for today. Hope you enjoyed our episode. Dear viewers, see you soon.
And of course, with that, our viewers, our episode has come to an end. We will see you for the next time, where we're going to have more and more topics. Until that, stay tuned. We will see you tomorrow, and goodbye for now.